Hello everybody. It's Monday. It's July 13th, and as I promised, I'm live from Philadelphia. I'm Adriana Mitchell. I'm an immigration attorney, and today I'm going to talk about what is a conditional green card. So, the reason I picked this subject for today is that I recently filed a lot of what is called removal of condition for a lot of my clients. And it looks like they get what is called the extension very fast. So I was like, oh, that's a good subject. That's going to be a good subject for my live. This is my first short live on my English channel. So welcome. But I will keep it short tonight. And I will just talk about what I already announced. What is a conditional green card? So a conditional green card is the green card that you received. You receive if you've been married with a citizen for less than 2 years. So if you come here, let's say on a fiancé visa, you married within the 90 days, and then right away you filed for the green card, you receive a green card that is good for 2 years only, okay? And after 2 years, you have to file a new application and ask for the condition from your green card to be removed. There is a form that is called the I-751, and you have to file to complete this form. So why is that? Why do you get this 2 years green card and only after that you have to do more paperwork and get the second one? So the reason is that, there is a suspicion that people who get married and they file very, very fast afterwards might have got married for the green card, okay? And basically, the immigration officers say, okay, we're gonna wait and see what happened, and if they are still together after 2 years, they are gonna come back, they are gonna sign this form together, they are gonna send more proof that their marriage is real, that their relationship has continued for the last 2 years, and we're gonna give the foreign citizen, the resident, a 10 years green card. So this is the process. Of course, if you've been married for more than 2 years, you're going to get a 10 years green card. So this is just for the people who filed very soon after they got married. So like I said, when you go back after 2 years to remove the condition, you have to prove that your marriage continued, okay? And you have to sign the form with your spouse, with your American citizen spouse. But what happened if, let's say, during these 2 years, it didn't work out and you decided to file for divorce? That means you're gonna lose your green card. You're not gonna be able to get one, like the 10 years one. The truth is that actually, no, you can file on your own, but you have to ask for what is called a waiver. So basically, you have to convince immigration that your marriage was real, but it didn't work. So you're gonna submit pretty much the same evidence showing that you had a common life with your citizen wife, but you're gonna explain why it didn't work out. So sometimes you don't have to, you just say it didn't work out. Sometimes you can ask for a waiver based on cruelty. Let's say your citizen spouse was committed some form of abuse against you. So physical abuse, psychological abuse, it happens sometimes when people don't get along in a marriage. Sometimes the other side will use your immigration status against you, and your lack of permanent immigration status actually against you. So this is what it is. So you can get your green card, the 10-year green card, the permanent green card, with or without your spouse. But you have to keep in mind that it's harder to get it if you are divorced, because, like I said, from the beginning there is this suspicion, like the immigration has this suspicion that you might have been married just to get the papers. And because of that, if you are separated, you must file for a divorce, and you have to file for the waiver. And I highly, highly recommend that you talk to an immigration attorney and you get help. Okay? Don't try to do it on your own, because these things are harder and harder to obtain. And you have to understand that, like, lately we submit big packages, even for married couples, showing that they had a relationship. Sometimes they have a kid together, and we got a document, we got a request for more evidence. This is how it's called, saying, oh, you didn't submit enough, we want more. So, like, even if you submitted a bunch of things, you submitted letters, you submitted bills, you submitted, leases, you submitted text messages, all this stuff, they just try to make it harder for the immigrants to get the benefits, even when the marriage is intact. Just imagine that there is, harder when the marriage is no longer intact, when people separated and then they divorced. A very important thing to keep in mind is that if you file with your spouse, you have to file 3 months before you reach the 2 years as a conditional resident. It's very important. If you file before the 3 months, they might reject it. And there is a fee, you're going to lose the money, so you have to send it again. If you file after you reach the 3 years and you don't submit it on time, you're going to have a big problem, because you're going to be out of status. So do not do that. Try to submit your papers right away. If you are divorcing, though, the rules are different. Also, again, talk to an immigration attorney, and they will explain to you that you can file. When you can file before the 3 months, for example. Like if you divorce after your year, you can file right away. So it's important to keep this in mind. Another situation that comes up frequently is when somebody starts the process. It's with the husband, or the spouse. Okay, so they are still married when they start the process to remove the condition after 2 years, but it takes a long time from the moment that you file until the moment that your 10 years green card is approved. So now it might take even 2 years, or even sometimes more. So meanwhile, something happens, so it started very nicely, very chill. They are still together. It worked out for 2 years, but then on the 3rd year, something didn't work, like they start having problems in the marriage and things like that. So if you are divorcing, you have to submit the divorce decree and request a waiver. Okay, so it's not mandatory to finish the process with your spouse. You can still request a waiver. I have clients who started the process together and later they got separated, and they filed for the divorce and they submitted a divorce decree and they requested a waiver. Of course, they submitted more evidence. They talked to an attorney. They came to me and we did it together. So this is pretty much what a conditional green card is, and how you can remove this condition from your green card. Like I said, immigration seems to move relatively fast now, not with the approval of the 10-year green card, of the permanent green card, but mostly with giving an extension. So what that means is, if you file, like I said, you file within the last 3 years of your 2 years, the last 3 months of 2 years of conditional residence, okay? And this will be pending for a while, okay? Like, it's going to be pending, your case is going to be pending for 6 months, for, I don't know, 9 months, for a year. It depends. So after the 2 years, you're going to be out of status if your petition is not adjudicated. So what happens? Immigration is going to send you a paper called like a receipt and an extension of status. So it's going to send you a piece of paper that says your legal permanent resident status got extended for, I don't know, a period of time. Now, the most recent that I got are like for 18 months. And with this piece of paper, with this receipt, and with your expired green card, you can continue to renew your driving license, you can continue to work, and you can travel outside the country if you want, because together these two documents are proof that you are still a legal permanent resident of the United States. Another very interesting thing, if you got your conditional green card through marriage, okay, you have the right to apply for citizenship after 3 years, correct? But like I said, you filed to remove your condition right before you reach the 2 years. Then this case is pending for, let's say, another year. You already have 3 years of residency. If you already have 3 years of residency, you can apply for your citizenship, even though your petition for removal of condition is still pending. So that's very interesting. They will adjudicate, you go for an interview and they will take care of your removal of condition first, and then they will adjudicate your citizenship. So you are not going to even go for the 10-year green card. You are going to become a citizen right away. So I think this is very interesting. I think it's clear. If you have questions or comments, please feel free to reach to me. I'm here. I will be here again this Wednesday at the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Like I said, I'm in Philadelphia, and I'm ready to answer whatever type of questions you might have. Okay. I think Wednesday I'll talk a little bit more about citizenship and how you get it, how you can apply, when you should apply, and what kind of issues you can have when you apply for the citizenship. So see you this Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I welcome comments. I welcome questions. Let's do this together, and see you soon. Okay? Have a good one. Bye.